Welcome. This tutorial will show you how to program a logger with Eclo ExpressThermo Windows 8 application. ExpresThermo makes it very easy to program a logger. You can start the programming from either the main page view or from the logger tree view. Starting from the main page, we must first choose the type of logger to program. Let's just choose a common one, the Thermocron DS1921G. After selecting the logger model, ExpresThermo moves into the program page view, where we can adjust the various programming parameters. The parameters are divided into several groups as you can see in this area, and their corresponding options are shown in the central area of the screen. For your convenience, at the bottom of the page you can always find the log duration, which is influenced by the settings you choose. Also note that this view doesn't show as the usual Windows wizard style that one is used to. You don't have to go through all the options until you reach the end. Instead, change only the ones that you need, and when you're done, press the program button on the top right side of the screen. And you can quit setting up the mission parameters at any time by pressing the cancel button. Now, let's go and start adjusting the settings for your logger. The first group is related to sample rate, which is the time interval in which the readings take place. Just drag the sliders to set the desired sample rate. Its actual value is shown on the right side of the sliders. Know that sample rate is the only parameter that you actually need to program a logger. All the others are optional, and will have the default value set by ExpresThermo. Next, we'll go through the log start options. Log can be set to start immediately, or with delayed start. If you choose immediately, logging will start as soon as the configuration parameters are sent to the logger. The delayed start options allow you to delay when the log actually starts. These options are particularly useful when you need to program the logger ahead of time. You can choose either defining a delay, which works kind of a countdown timer, or by setting a specific date time at which you want the first sample to occur. Suppose you need to carry the logger into a fridge in your warehouse. You want enough time to allow you to take the logger from your desk, go to the fridge, and place it there before the log actually starts. Otherwise it will start logging the ambient temperature of your office instead of the fridge. You can adjust the delay to 10 minutes, which will give you plenty of time to reach the fridge, and even to let the logger reach the fridge temperature. Okay, now let's move on to the temperature group. Here is where you can set the upper and lower thresholds of temperature alarms. This is not mandatory, but it can help you spot readings out of the allowed range when you later download the log. The default threshold values match the upper and lower limits of the temperature range. For this particular model, it goes from -40 to 85 degrees Celsius. Taking your fridge example, let's assume that your products need to be stored between 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. So we'll drag the sliders until the desired values are reached. Pretty simple, isn't it? Finally, there's the others group, where you can assign a short description to the logger. This is helpful, for example, to easier its identification. Let's call it Fridge 1. Additionally, you can enable the logging rollover. This means that, when the logger's memory gets filled with readings, the oldest readings will start being replaced with the more recent ones. This way, the logger's memory behaves like a FIFO queue, in a circular fashion. Enable these options if you feel it's important to always have the latest available information. Be aware that you may lose log data in case the logger isn't downloaded before the data starts to be overwritten. We're going to leave that one out. We are done setting parameters, so the final step is pressing the program button on the top right corner of the screen. Here, a warning shows, alerting you that any log data that is in the logger will be erased. When programming a logger, in case there's data from a previous mission, make sure you have saved it before programming the logger again, otherwise you'll lose it. This logger data has already been saved, so we're okay with this, and we will proceed. We'll see a busy indicator telling us that the programming is taking place. When this operation is completed, ExpresThermo will let us know. Let's just wait until the finished programming toast shows up. And that's it, Logger is programmed. That's simple. This completes the tutorial about programming a logger with ExpresThermo. On this tutorial we went through the required steps to program a logger. We revised the programming interface, the various settings available, their options, and actually programmed a logger, using a real-life example. Thank you for watching. Please check the ExpresThermo support site or the YouTube channel for other tutorials.